Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good
Good afternoon, sir.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon, all of you.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon. How are you doing, all? Great.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're good, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Enjoying safe,
Yes, sir.
sound, health.
Yes, sir.
Very nice to hear that. So yesterday we had finished the previous chapter. Yes. And also the question answer of that, and I don't think anybody has any doubt, any problem, any confusion over there. You do the questions answers which will be sent to you in the notebook. Prepare accordingly. Now I had also told you to prepare and come with the new topic, that is the poem which we are going to begin today, and it's there before you, The Tale of Custard Dragon. The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Tale means the story, and this story is written in a ballad style. What is a ballad? So when a poem is said in a story, when a poem is narrated like a story, and it talks about the heroism or bravery of the character, that is called a ballad. So when we read the poem, we shall discuss about the character, the protagonist of the poem, the protagonist of the story. So, for your information, the story is revolving around a little girl whose name is Belinda. It is about Belinda and her pets, her pet animal. There are many different poetic devices used in the poem, so we shall discuss what are those poetic devices, stanza by stanza, line by line, whatever has been used. And the theme of the story, bravery, timid. So sometimes a timid person can also do bravery. He can also show his bravery when there are people boasting up about themselves, about their bravery, about their courage. But when the real time comes, they run away. They escape from the situation, they escape from the danger. But sometimes a person who is calm and quiet and very, very peaceful, he shows up his courage to face the dangerous situation. So all of you have gone through the poem or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very well. All of you have been through the poem, and it is an easy poem written in a simple language. There are not many difficult words or new vocabulary for you. Here and there, some words might be, but other than that, the vocabulary, the words which have been used by the poet, it's a simple language and simple words narrating about the characters, character traits of the different pets. So, as you have been through the story, I want any one of you to tell the story in your own words. What have you understood? Um, all of you have read it, and you can tell the story to the class in your own words. So, first hand was raised by Charvi, then Swati, Divyansh, Bhardwaj, Naira. Okay, so let's give a chance to Swati Shah because she hasn't taken chance earlier. Yes, Swati. Swati Shah. Swati, speak.
Yes, sir. Sir, this story is about a dragon. Uh, there was a little girl named Belinda. She lives in a little white house and had so many pets. She had a black kitten, a little gray mouse, a little yellow dog, and a dragon. Uh, she named the little black kitten as Ink. She called the little gray mouse as Blink, and the dog was and the little yellow dog was called as Mustard. Uh, Poet describes all other pets as brave, but the dragon was timid and was a coward. Uh, Poet describes the dragon as he has a big sharp teeth, uh, and poet describes his mouth as a fireplace, as it is described as
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I am speaking.
Yes, you are speaking. Yes, very good. Very good.
Poet described Linda as she was brave as bear, and Ink and Blink can hide. Mustard was as brave as a tiger, but the dragon always asked for a little safe cage. And all other pets and Belinda tease the dragon. And one day at night, a pirate attacked at their house, and all other pets were finding a place to hide, but the dragon showed his bravery and ate that pirate and saved all other pets and Belinda from him. All the animals and Belinda and thanked the dragon for this, and all the animals who were boasting about their bravery didn't show bravery at a difficult time.
Okay, all right. You have read it, Swati. Good, very good. Okay, very good. Yes, who else now? Who else is going to say? Divyansh Bhardwaj. Yes, Divyansh. Say it in your own words. Say the story.
Yes, sir.
In your own words. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon is written by Ogin Nash, is a funny poem that tells the story of a little girl named Belinda and her pets. So she has a black kitten named Ink, a little grey mouse named Blink, a yellow dog named Mustard, and a coward dragon named Custard. Sir, all three, the kitten, the mouse, and the dog, were very brave, but the dragon was a coward. So he used to cry for a safe cage, and rest all used to make fun of him. So one day a pirate came armed with a pistol into their house, Except the dragon, all the pets were terrified of the pirate. So the dragon Custard attacked the pirate and gobbled him up. Belinda embraced him and Mustard licked him. Even after this incident, Custard did not give up his cowardly way. He again cried for her safe cage.
Right? Yes? Over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you spoke many things about Belinda, her pets, dragon, that the dragon was covered, and all the animals they used to show off. They used to show that they are brave. But what happens? How they change, how they escape the situation when a real danger is faced by their owner. Yes. Now, who else is going to say it completely? Two students have spoken. Yes. Who else now? Everything from the beginning. Ready? Charvi?
Yes, sir.
Yes. From the beginning, in your own words, the story till the end, whatever you have read, whatever you have understood. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the tale of Custard the Dragon is written by Ogden Nash, and it is a ballad. It is written in the style of a ballad. And here it talks about a dragon. The story revolves around a girl, Belinda,
Speak
and
louder.
her
Wait,
pets,
wait, wait.
and one of the
Wait. Don't run, don't run. Speak louder and clear. Don't run. Speak louder and slowly, clear for everyone. And everyone listen carefully. Next, any other?
The tale of Custard the Dragon is written by Ogden Nash, and it is written in the style of a ballad. It revolves around Belinda and her pets. Um, Belinda is a girl who lived in a white house, a small white house. She had four pets. One was a black kitten, which was named Ink, a grey mouse, which was named Blink, a little yellow dog, whose name was Mustard, and a pet dragon was also there, whose name was Custard. So, everyone was very pretty and very brave, but Custard the dragon was considered very coward, and because it always cried for a nice safe cage. Although Custard had big sharp teeth and spikes and scales, and he had the ability to throw fire on anyone, but still he is presented as a coward in uh, everyone's eyes. Belinda, Ink, Blink, and Mustard were very brave, as it is given here in the poem. Everyone, that is Belinda, Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they just made fun of Dragon due to his timidness. But but one day suddenly, uh, a pirate a, a pirate attacked their house, and everyone was very scared. He had a pistol. He had two pistols in his hands, and he was very frightful. Belinda, who tried to be brave, she also cried help. She also cried for help, and Mustard, Ink, and Blink also ran away. But Custard, who was considered very coward and timid, he he came and saved Belinda from from the pirate. uh, he uh, he bet the pirate, and actually he ate it, as it is given in the poem. Belinda, after the dragon saved Belinda and everyone else, Belinda was very happy with him and thanked him. Mustard also Mustard, Ink, and Blink also gave thanks to Custard, the dragon. But at last, also Mustard, Ink, and Blink say that if they would have been there, present present in front of the pirate, they would have been twice or thrice as brave as Custard. So Custard accepts this, but everyone now got to know that Custard was really very brave, and everyone else was less brave than him.
Okay, very good. So, what excuse the other pets gave to Belinda, the owner, when the pirate had been eaten up by Custard the dragon? What excuses they gave for not fighting, not facing the pirate? Yes, who would say? What excuses they gave? Yes, Swati, what excuses they gave? They came when the pirate was.
Sir,
Yes.
they said that the situation was very confusing, that they were able to understand and ran here and there. So they didn't face the pirate and gave excuse later on that they would be twice and thrice braver than Custard if they would be there.
They said the situation was very confusing. If the situation was not so confusing, we could have been more powerful, braver, more courageous, stronger than Custard the dragon. They realized it later on and then they gave excuse. So what lesson we learn from this? What can we learn? What message we get? Or what do we learn from this incident?
We should never underestimate anyone.
So we must never underestimate anyone, said by Krish Paldecha. Yes, very good. So we must not underestimate anyone. And previous time also I said that don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, Charvi, what you are saying?
Sir, we get to know a true friend or true helper only in the case of uh, only when we are in problem, not in the times of
Adversity. A
good.
true friend is known or faithfulness or loyalty of someone. Faithfulness or loyalty of someone is known in adverse time, adversity, bad time. You might have heard that song, Sukh mein sab saathi, dukh mein na koi. When you are happy, prosperous, everybody is your friend. But when you are sad, in tension, in problem, there is no one. Isn't it? Yes or no? It happens.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
same way it is applicable here. You might have seen through the characters, through the pets which have been used here, the different pets, the names are given there: Ink, Blink, Mustard, Custard. So it is not true that what we see or those who are in our surrounding, those who say, I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your well-wisher, I'm your well-wisher, I will not allow anybody to harm you, or nothing will happen to you until unless I am allowed. So there are many people surrounding us in every place, every institution. So in the society, there are these kind of people, 4 or 5 people surrounding everyone, and they said, yes, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you, you go ahead. But when the real situation comes, when the real problem comes, what happens? They escape, they go away, they leave you in the danger. And that time, that time, if you are fortunate, if you are lucky enough, then the help comes from the unexpected one. The person about whom you have never thought that this person would support me, help me. So when you get the help of that person, then you are saved, you are satisfied. So this kind of situation happens. Now it is a simple poem. We have read it.
Sir,
Yes. Yes,
sir,
Mohit.
there is a message that barking dogs seldom bite.
Barking dogs seldom bite. Okay, very good. So, barking dogs seldom bite means those who make too much of noise. Yes, I can do this. I will show you. If you do anything, I will do this, do that, etc. They say so many things. But when the real situation comes, real danger comes, they run away. They escape. So, very right. Barking dogs seldom bite. Very correct. But the one who is surrounded by them, he must understand their real self, whether they are truly, really brave, courageous, or they are simply making him a fool. Yes, very good. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to add some more things? Then, if no, then I am speaking, I am narrating the story in my words. Then we shall read it from the book, stanza by stanza, line by line. So, a quick introduction about the author, first of all. So, the name of the author is Frederick Ogden Nash. He lived between 1902 till 1971. Was an American poet, was an famous American poet and famous for its light verses poem. So this poem also is humorous, funny, light verse poem, light stanza poem. He has not used many heavy words, complicated words, heavy terms. No. He received Sarah Joseph Halley Award in 1964, a prestigious award given in the field of literature, poetry. So, as we read about the poem, just listen carefully and understand. Ogden Nash has written a poem about a little girl, Belinda, who owns many pets. As it has been already said by you all, I am just repeating it so that the things would be clear. Namely, a black kitten. Kitten is a baby cat named Ink, a black kitten named Ink, grey mouse named Blink, yellow dog named Mustard, and a coward Custard the dragon. The poet has described every character to be brave except the dragon, who is a coward. But the whole situation changes when a pirate attacked Belinda's house. When Belinda was attacked, when there was a real danger, then the whole situation changes. No one else had the guts to face him. All the characters are happy because they are saved by the dragon later on, but quickly change their thoughts and describe themselves to be more powerful had the situation not been so confusing for all of them. The Tale of Custer the Dragon is a ballad. Now, what is a ballad? I have already told you. This poem is written in the style of ballad. Ballad is a song or poem that tells a story. A song, the poem that tells a song, that describes a song or a story, that is a ballad. It describes the story about heroism or bravery of the character. It is a humorous poem about a cowardly dragon. Remember, a humorous poem about a cowardly dragon named Custard. Custard is a pet of Belinda, a little girl who lives in a little white house with her pets. Where did she live? She lived in the White House with her pets. She had a black kitten named Ink, a grey mouse named Blink, a yellow dog Mustard, and a cowardly dragon Custard. The poet says that all of them are very brave except the dragon Custard. Others were described as brave and are compared with animals like bear, tiger, or lion, but the dragon is very timid, very coward. He always demands a safe place for himself. He always likes to remain in close cage. All the other characters make fun of him, but one thing, they are surprised by the entry of a pirate in the house. All of them get frightened and start hiding here and there. But to everyone's surprise, the dragon not only tackles him but also eats him up. As all of them are saved by Custard, they thank him, but at the end they realize that they used to make fun of the dragon because of his being timid. So all of them suddenly start saying that they are more brave and could have handled the situation in a much better way. Here the poet has tried to say that sometimes a timid person, a coward person, is the actual hero in the toughest situation of life. So again, that was the summary in short. Now we read the poem stanza by stanza, word by word, line by line. So who is going to read it? Raise your hand, those who are ready, sitting with the book. Raise your hand, those who are sitting with the book, interested in reading. Okay, so one hand I have of Naira. Yes, so read. All of you pay attention into your book. Listen carefully. Yes, Naira, read.
The Tale of Custard the Dragon. This poem is written in the style of a ballad, a song, or a poem that tells a story. You must be familiar with ballads that narrate tales of courage or heroism. This poem is humorous ballad close to a parody. Read it aloud, paying attention to the rhythm.
Okay.
Belinda lived
Close to a parody. Now, what is a parody? Parody also is a work or performance, copying performance or copy work of someone performed in a ridiculed or humorous way. So, in the movies also, you might have seen many songs are there parody. So, the old songs are repeated again in funny way for the fun purpose. That is called parody. So the poem also is parody. There are different types of poem: short form, parody, ballads. Yes. Read it aloud, paying attention to the rhythm. Yes, continue.
Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a Rielio Turlio little pet dragon.
Okay, so first of all, let us pay attention to the rhyming scheme. Which rhyming scheme, what rhyming scheme is used here in the first stanza? Yes, say anyone?
AABB.
AABB.
Okay, so rhyme scheme throughout the poem it is AABB. Wherever it is different, you can tell me. So in the first stanza, it is A B B. So it is house, mouse, wagon, dragon. House, mouse, A, and wagon and dragon, B. Now, if you talk about the stanza, so the poet says that there was a little girl, Belinda. She lived in a little white house. Where did she live? In a little white house with a little black kitten and a little gray mouse. And in her house, there were also other animals. It was her pet animals. And a little yellow dog and a little red wagon. Wagon means a cart. So there was also a red wagon. a cart. And a realio, trulio little pet dragon. And there was a real, true, actual little pet dragon. So we have finished the first stanza, and I hope you have understood what is mentioned in the first stanza. If we talk about the poetic device, so what do you think? What are the poetic devices used here in the first stanza? Focus only on first stanza now. Yes, think all of you. What are the poetic devices you see to notice? All of you.
Sir, alliteration in first line.
Alliteration in the first line. And what is that line?
Lived and little.
Lived in a little. Okay. L sound is repeated. Yes. Alliteration, lived in a little. What else? What else?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, oxymoron.
Oxymoron, Swatisha. Which line? Oxymoron.
Sir, pet, dragon.
Yes.
They both are opposite words.
Yes. Pet dragon. How could a pet be dragon? Because dragon, when you think of dragon, you cannot think of dragon to make it your pet. So pet dragon. Pet is the animal which you keep in home, a domestic animal. So the two contradictory terms put together, that is oxymoron. So yes, pet dragon, oxymoron. What else? What else? What else? Think, all of you, focus. Other students also, tell me, which poetic device? Is there any other? Do you know it? Yes.
Anaphora.
Yes, anaphora. Which line? Which words?
Sir, in last two lines, both the lines are started with words and
Yes. And
a little.
realio, trulio. And realio, trulio. So anaphora, repeated consecutive line in the stanza. And one more is there. What is another one in the stanza, first stanza? What is one more? Another one. Think, all of you. What is one more? Don't you think the word little? Little. Is it repeated or not?
Yes, sir.
It is repeated, so there is also a repetition. Lived in a little, one line, then second line little, then kitten and a little grey mouse, and then again in the third line, again in the fourth line. So the word little has been repeated. There is also poetic device, repetition. So oxymoron is there, repetition is there, anaphora is there. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you pay attention to the poetic device. You are not revising, it seems. You are not practicing that. Now we go to the second stanza. Yes, read. The person who was reading. Read.
Yes, sir. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse, she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, and she called him Custard.
Okay. So the name of the little black kitten was Ink. Very simple language. I don't think anything to explain there. And the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. And the mouse was black in color and she called him Blink. So she had named the pets. And the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. He was sharp as mustard, yellow in color. And the dragon was a coward. The dragon did not show any courage, any bravery, all the time sitting like a lazy guy. And she called him Custard. She named him Custard. Now, focus on the poetic device. Which poetic devices have been used here? Yes.
Sir, simile.
Simile, which line, which example?
Yellow dog was sharp as mustard.
Okay. The little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. So dog has been compared with mustard seeds, sharp as mustard. So wherever the words as like used for comparison between two unlike things, that is simile. Yes. So simile is there. What else?
Repetition. The little in
Repetition.
three lines.
Yes. Again.
The little.
Little word or any other word? Which words? Which word you are saying for repetition?
Sir, the little.
Little.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the little is there. The little has been repeated in all the lines. Yes, very good. What else? What else?
Anaphora.
Anaphora. Which line?
And the little grey mouse and the little yellow dog.
Yes, very good. Anaphora. And the little grey mouse and the little yellow dog. So repeated consecutive line in the starting. Anaphora is there. Very good. What else?
Alliteration. Last line.
Yes, last line alliteration. Example? Example?
Covered and she called him Custard.
Yes, covered and she called him Custard. So, k sound, C letter and k sound, k is repeated again and again. That is alliteration. Very good. Now we move on to the next stanza.
Yes, sir.
Yes, continue.
Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and realio, trulio, daggers on his toes.
Okay. Now the description of the Custard, the dragon, is given there. It is mentioned that Custard, the dragon, had big sharp teeth. So the teeth of the dragon were sharp and big. Because of that, he could eat the pirate. And he had spikes on top on his head. So spikes, thorns like, okay. He had spikes on his head, thorns, and scales underneath. What are scales? Scales like fish. As the fish has it, same way he had it underneath the stomach. Mouth like a fireplace. He had a very big mouth like a fireplace where the wood is burned, where you cook food or where you warm yourself. So fireplace, stove. Chimney for a nose, and his nose he has compared with chimney. He had big nose like chimney. And realio, trulio, daggers on his toes. So daggers on his toes means his nails were like dagger. Nails were like daggers. Daggers is knife, a big knife. That is the meaning of dagger. So he had big nails, nails like daggers on his toes. So a comparison is made between different things. Now let's talk about the poetic device. Yes, what have you noticed? Which are the poetic devices?
Sir, metaphor in chimney for a nose.
Chimney for a nose. Chimney has been compared with a nose, or nose has been compared. So of course metaphor, very good.